Welcome to Telugu Prajala Mana Sakshi TV. I am Swarna. Vastu and Graha Sastra show ki swagatam suswagatam. Today we are going to discuss about is Vastu connected to good luck? Our leading astrologer and expert Dr. Dipika Sanghi Gupta. Namaste Deepika ji.
Namaste Swarna ji.
How are you and welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I am good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. So Deepika ji, according to the topic, is really Vastu related to good luck?
Yes, Vastu is related to good luck. If we balance the energies according to the Vastu, then the positive energies in the house or the office works for us. See, now we all, in all the nations throughout the world, in every corner of the world, I'll say, that people have, started recognizing that this is positive energy, this is negative energy. So through the Vastu, we balance the energies, we make them more towards the positivity, or we turn them positive. So that's why if the energies around us is positive, then definitely the luck favors us.
How do I know the facing of the house? Like, which is very important. That's what like a lot of people like me will believe. So like, do you think, how can we see really the facing of the house? Like what direction?
Yes, this is a big confusion. Sometimes people, think that when they're entering the house, is that the facing, or when they're going out of the house, is that the facing? So see, the facing means what is the face of the house, right? So stand inside the house, try to stand in the center of the house, and then see where your main door is. That is actually the entrance of the house. Let's say you standing in the center of the house, keep the compass on the floor and just see what direction it is showing. That direction is the facing of the house. So the direction should always be seen inside the house.
Okay, so that is the direction and entrance of the house. What about if I want to rent a portion of my house? So which side should I rent it?
See, if you want to rent, then definitely, first of all, you have to see what is to your convenience. Let's say you rented out a portion according to the Vastu, and then the person is not comfortable. Then also, because of that uncomfortableness, you don't get that positivity, that positive vibes. Then that also disturbs your peace of mind, and then physically or emotionally, you are not, you get bounded to some or the other thing, because some part of the house is now rented out. So always see, first thing, what is easy for you. Now in that easiness, how you can create positivity.
It makes actually people little comfortable using Vastu too. It's not just because you have to use it. It is not asking you to struggle or go through tough time or put hard on yourself to follow the Vastu, right? So this is really
exactly. See, in the Vastu, if we see the Vastu Granth, the Asian books of Vastu, then that say that there should not be any bathroom in the house. And see, as I said earlier also in the shows, that if you go and see the palaces, any palace in the India, they don't have bathrooms, right? They don't have. So even the king, they used to go out of the palace to excrete in the jungle, right? So earlier there was no bathrooms in the house, but in today's world, is it possible? No. So if I say according to the Vastu, the bathroom should not be made in the house. So this is not possible. So first see the convenience according to the country, according to the time, according to the place. Right? Like if here in let's say in this New York side, if I say no, make a house of pure bricks. So at the time of snowfall, it's going to be very tough, right? That is why the wooden houses are made here. So we have to see what place we are living, what kind of a country we are living, and then what kind of a people among us, what kind of a surroundings we have, and according to that we plan. Right? So like a typical Indian house, like we used to see in the villages. So we cannot make that house here in the New York, right? We cannot make that. So this is not possible. So first see what is convenient, what is easy. And now in that easiness, how we can put the Vastu rules and make the life happier, easier, prosperous, healthy and wealthy.
so. We talked about the direction and outside the house. Does like internal arrangement of the house items in a house play a role in Vastu Shastra?
Yes, the internal house arrangement also plays a role, like the colors plays the role. Then what kind of statues, like sometimes, people in the Halloween time, like we all decorate our houses, and then, the people keep those things throughout the year. So that creates negative energy, like the skeleton and everything. That is lab, that is meant for the study, that is meant for the research. So there, if the skeletons are there, that's good. But if you are keeping that skeleton in your bedroom, then that won't work, right? Because now
Yeah.
the every zone has its work. Now every zone, right? So a kitchen has some purpose, a bedroom has some purpose. So you don't cook food in the bedroom, right? If you will cook the food in the bedroom and start sleeping in the kitchen, then that is the disbalancing, right? Similarly, like people ask that, so many stones were there in the jeweler's showroom, so those stones don't affect them, because he is meant to sell them. That is his business, right? So every room has its own purpose, every building has its own purpose. So we have to plan accordingly, right? So like if we are going to, let's say, police station, we cannot do puja arti over there, right? And if we go to the temple, we cannot lodge a complaint over there, right? So every building, every, like a person, every building also has some objectives, some role to play in life, and we have to do the work accordingly. So the
So,
internal thing definitely plays a role.
okay. So when it comes to internal thing, what kind of pictures should we hang in the drawing room?
In the drawing room, I would say something positive picture, so that when a guest come to you, so they should feel that positivity, they should feel that happiness. So the pictures with some positive message, then, or either which are soothing to the eyes, like a peacock picture, a picture of the flowers, blossoming flowers, right? A loving couple, like they are, and some good messages on the picture. So those should be there. A fierce tiger, or all those animals fighting. And then see, yesterday I went somewhere for the Vastu. So they have hanged, and this is very much regular in the houses I have seen. They have hanged a picture of Lord Krishna taking Arjun to the Mahabharat ground. So that picture is very much common in the Indian drawing rooms, right? That Lord Krishna taking Arjun to that. So why we need that picture? Why we need to create those energies? What was Mahabharat? Mahabharat was actually the war among all the cousins for power, for greed. And it was because of greed that happened. It was the absence of wisdom and patience, absence of positive thinking. It was too much of greed. And that's why Lord Krishna was driving Arjuna to the battlefield.
Yeah.
And then there is a shloka written in the Sanskrit that says, the dharma is the best thing in the Sanskrit, right? So we all know that, but put up positive pictures. Don't create such energy. So I asked them, and the zone it was that their drawing room was coming, the zone it was, asked them that, is everybody in the house have difference of opinion? They said yes, lot of difference of opinion. Because see, what was Mahabharata? It was difference of opinion.
Yeah.
And then Dhritarashtra didn't perform his duties, right? He was, he used to give the equal portion to the younger brother's children also, but he didn't. All greed. So I asked them, does the elder in the family don't feel and don't do and don't perform their responsibilities? And they say, yeah, this happens in the house. And they have lost many members of the family in the corona. So, that was because of some different thing there, but don't hang such paintings. You want to hang Radha Krishna, that's okay. And then I always avoid saying that don't hang God's picture. So,
Yeah.
some positive pictures should be hanged in the drawing room.
Deepika ji, you just said like we can have the peacock picture, right? So
Yeah.
I was just thinking, like, it just might be a myth. I heard somewhere like having peacock feathers like totally opened up, like, the whole peacock is all ready to dance. Like,
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
that good, or the peacock which is like just still, is that good? Which is good? Is there anything like that, or
Both good.
both
Both
good?
good. Peacock is very, very positive animal. Peacock energy is very good. White butterflies, peacocks. So these energies are very pretty energies. And if they are hanged in the drawing room, They create positivity. First thing. The second thing, the peacock feather. If even they are kept in the house, then they control the negative energies of Rahu. So the every house should have the peacock feathers in their house.
And do you specifically suggest any one direction to keep the feathers, Deepika ji?
No, it can be anywhere. See, it depends person to person that what dasha mahadasha the person is going on, and then accordingly, if they keep in that particular direction, that will really help, especially in the Rahu dasha. If the person has some chronic diseases, or if the person is having some confusions, or some quick changes in the life are coming, and unpleasant changes, unpleasant surprises. So for all that stuff, that peacock feather, is good. I'm not saying it will change the scenario, but it will create some kind of positivity.
Okay. Okay, that's good
Yeah.
to know. And having peacock feather in the house is not really that expensive too, so anyone can afford it.
Yeah.
And you said like there's no specific direction for it, so people can definitely keep it in their house and get benefit.
Yeah.
So, what about tulsi plant? I've seen we usually in olden days we used to have it in the house, but now we don't keep it inside the house. Most of the places they have it on the deck or plant it outside. But do you suggest us to keep it inside the house? And if it is yes, then where should we keep it?
See, it can be kept inside the house, it can be kept on the deck also, that's okay. But the direction is important. So the tulsi plant can be in the northeast, east, north. These three directions are best directions to keep the tulsi plant. Or you can keep the tulsi plant at the entrance of the house also. See, if you see the olden days setup, then it was like something that when you enter the house, then the tulsi plant used to be in the center of the house, right, creating
Yes.
lot of positivity and positive energy. So right now this is not possible. So try to keep anywhere in the northern side of the house, or northeast or east. Those three directions are best. Or at the entrance of the house, the tulsi plant, there also it protects the person from any evil eye.
You said entrance, right? So, what about these peepholes on the door, like main door? So people have it, right? So is it okay, like, or do you suggest people to not have it? I know it's for safety wise, it is better to have it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, but is there anything related to Vastu about that?
No, people's they are okay. Nothing to do with the Vastu in that. And then, according to the safety, as I said earlier, also apply Vastu according to the place you are living, where you are living, what is the atmosphere, what is the climatic conditions and everything. Look at them and then do the Vastu, best possible Vastu. So in that way, people's are that's okay. Nothing to do with the Vastu in that.
So Deepika ji, you just told us like in olden days we talked like they used to keep tulsi plant in the center of the house, right? So nowadays not many are doing that. But if there is a space in the center of the house, if they want to keep something else than tulsi plant, what it could be?
I would say avoid plants in the center of the house. See, that again was a different kind of setup. So that rule does not apply now here because the houses are closed. They don't have that open space in the center. So I would suggest it's a big no to keep the tulsi plant in, in the center of the house. Keep it in the northern side, northeast side, or the eastern side. That is the best positions to keep the Vastu plant. Oh, tulsi plant, sorry. Yeah.
Like that. Someone is like very much interested to know how to see the vastu of their house. So from which point they should start looking? Like, where can they start?
First of all, go in the center of the house. See the east and the west wall. Take a imaginary center. Then see the north and the south. Again, take a imaginary center. Then stand in the center of the house. Keep the compass on your phone. You can use the compass on the phone. Keep it on the floor. And now see all the four directions. East, west, north, south. And then see the sub directions. Northeast, southeast, southwest, and northwest. And then see what is built in which direction. So, the few things are important in Vastu. They should be cured, and some things are, moderate. Okay, they can be made better by the remedies, but some things are totally avoidable in the Vastu. So, from that point, they have to see what is, built where in the house. And then you again needs a Vastu Shastri's advice, a person who do Vastu, because people cannot do on their own. You need the advice of some expert in this field. I have seen many people, they keep on seeing YouTube videos, they keep on seeing other stuff, and they keep on doing the changes in their house. And then they don't get result because, uh, you don't have the deep study of the subject. So just by looking at the YouTube videos and then, changing the things here and there can create lot of negative energy. See, as, let's say, if you talk about a doctor, did you have some wound on the hand or somewhere, and doctor did a little bit of surgery. After the surgery, they will close the stitches, right? So you should know the deepness of your subject. So what people do, they do the changes, they do the surgery, but they don't know how to close it then. Because see, nobody can give the lessons of the Vastu on the YouTube, right? They just share the tips. Okay, do this, do that. But that doesn't mean that that is the complete remedy.
So, Deepika ji, do you think is there any best arrangement of rooms as per Vastu Shastra?
Best arrangement, I would say always keep the bed head either in the east or the south. And then the dresser, try that the dresser, when you sleep, then your image don't come into the dresser. So always keep these two things in the mind. Never keep your head in the northern side, like head in the north and legs in the south. No, this is a big no. See, this kind of arrangement is done when the soul has left the body. Because according to the Ayurveda, we have many kind of Vayu in the body. So Apan Vayu, there are many kind. So once the body's head is kept over there, so slowly and slowly it leaves every kind of Vayu and the body totally becomes dead. So when the person keeps their head in the north and the leg in the south, then slowly and slowly the immune system gets, destroyed. So always keep the head either in the south or the east. That is the best and the safest room arrangement if you don't know anything of the Vastu also. Just keep the compass in the room and just see what is the south, which wall is south and which wall is east, and then keep the bed head over there.
So we talked about Tulsi plant, right? So what about cactus? Like a lot of people have indoor small cactus plants which can live for longer time and not really much maintenance is required. So do you suggest anything about cactus plant?
Because see, cactus has that thorns coming out, right? So according to the Vastu, it is not a auspicious plant to be kept in the house because, the thorns, it can give you pain, right? So that is why, it is said that never keep the cactus in the house.
What are the best colors like arrangement for any house as per Vastu Shastra?
The best colors, I would say white, light cream, or any of the light colors arrangement is good. Never do very dark colors in the house, and especially the red, the orange, purple, black, gray. So, you can do these colors, but in a particular direction. And then the horoscope is also checked. So you cannot do these colors anywhere in the house. Yellow, brown, these are, you have to be cautious by using these colors. The best is that use either cream or white color.
The entrance of the door should be located on the corner of the wall. Is that correct?
No.
Is that right? No, not like that.
No, nothing like that. That it should be on the corner of the house. It can be anywhere, but it should be a good energy field. So that should be done. Sometimes, the main entrance of the house is not very good. So sometimes I suggest them to, enter from the garage or use more of your garage door. Sometimes it's better to have the back door. So I suggest the people that the energy field of this door is much better. So, use that door. And then people get the results by using them.
I have one question, Deepika ji. I know in US, people doesn't have to worry about water tanks or filling the water and all. But in India, I suddenly remembered, we used to have like water tanks on the top of the house. So, what is any specific place for them to have? Is that any best direction do you suggest through Vastu to have it?
See, it can be somewhere in the west. That is the best if it is in the west because it will be on the height, right? So the west, the south, the southwest, these all directions are good if it is on the height. Then what kind of arrangement is made? to make that overhead water tanks. That has also that has to be seen. So what kind of arrangement is made to keep those overhead water tanks? But otherwise, these directions are good. Then we suggest few of the arrangements to keep the overhead water tanks according to the direction also.
So, if water tank is good, then what about the plot? If someone wants to buy a plot, but the plot is like compared to lower than the surrounding area of other plots around it, so is that okay for them to buy that, or should they make it equal or fill it up with the soil or make it like the level up and then they buy it? Do you suggest anything, Deepika ji?
See, first of all, see why the level is low. Is it because of some kind of look at the soil, because when the clients buy the plot, then we usually do the soil testing. So from the soil only, the soil is of like little bit yellowish color, reddish color, brownish color. So we see what kind of a soil it is. So we test the soil and then we suggest the client to buy the plot, right? And if it is lower, then see why it is lower. Is it so that the surrounding peoples have made a little bit more high? They have created the basement, because this is like India thing you are talking, right? So the basements are made, then the building will definitely raise up, right? So it is because of that everybody has made the basement, or what? Why the level is low? After checking that, if we find no, it's okay to buy the land, the soil is good, the level low is not having any specific thing, then yes, definitely the level should be matched with the other plots. It should not be in the depression.
But if the plot is like slopes from north to south, is that good, Deepika ji?
Yeah, see, the south should always be, elevated than the north. So the slope should always be from south to north.
We talked about the water tanks, but what about the furniture in the house, like bed, dining table, study table, or drinking water, like anything like that, like under the staircase? If the house is like, the model is like that, is that okay to have anything under the staircase?
No, never keep anything under the staircase. And especially the toilets is a big no under the staircase. They create lot of negative energy if the toilet is made under the staircase. So never made a toilet under the staircase. And keeping the furniture, I'll say no. Always keep it neat and clean, and clutter free and furniture free also. If you want we have a small house and we cannot do anything else, then you can put some this bookshelf or something over there, but never study, because see, the staircase, it's going down to up to down, and then when you sitting under it, you get into the pressures of life. Never keep the bed head under the stair. That is also a big.
So if they want to use that space, what is the best thing they can do to use the space under the staircase?
You can make a closet which is very, very light, not too much of stuff, or you can put a bookshelf over there. It is very, that space, then we have to see what direction it is coming. And then we have to use that, because that is again a very delicate thing of Vastu. Very intense thing of Vastu. So we have to use that space, like in a very intelligent and a smart way. First, we have to see what direction it is coming under the stairs, and then we can use that space.
What about mirrors, Deepika ji? Like anyone can hang mirrors anywhere in the house, or are there any specific rules for that too, through Vastu?
See, mirrors is always the extension, right? You see the same image in the mirror, right? If a room is very small and you put the mirrors on one side of the wall, full one side, like you go to some dance classes, they also have. So, it doubles the space,
Yes.
right? So we have to see what wall you are using those mirrors. So it has to be, again, mirrors is again a sensitive thing, but using a very small mirror, sometimes, the mirror is in the shape of a sun, having some, metallic lines, or some fancy kind of a mirror, small mirror, that is okay. But the big mirrors, they should not be used like that. They have to be used with utmost care and looking at the direction.
And I've seen some people are having yantras in the house. Like, what are yantras? Like, why? I mean, it is important for some people to keep it in the house. Like, does they play important role?
See, yantras are very important, but keeping them in the right direction. Like, when I go for Vastu, I see, I sometimes feel really very bad because, each and every individual goes through the uptime, downtime, and then they go to astrologers, they go to Vastu people, and then so many cooks spoil the food, right? It is a saying that too many cooks spoil the food. So what happens that, they consult 1, 2, 3, 4 astrologers, then 1, 2, 3, 4 Vastu Shastris. They all give the yantras, they keep in their temple. Not too much of energy created. So the yantras should not be used like that. They have the energies in them. So people use the Shri yantra, Lakshmi yantra just to get the money. So just analyze yourself. After keeping, are you getting money? Are you getting that wealth and prosperity? So you should see on this on your own. So analyze first and then, keep those yantras and everything. Otherwise, no need to keep yantras at home. Without yantras also, you can 100% create a positive energy. In fact, without yantras, you can create energy.
That's what I was about to ask Deepika ji. Like, if we don't use yantras, will it be okay to get positive energy? And you said yes.
So, yes. In fact, definitely. Without yantras, it is much easier to get the positive energies.
So, is it good to have experts' opinion when it comes to Vastu Shastra?
Yes. Please don't, definitely see the video so that you don't take wrong action. But don't see the videos to do your own Vastu. You definitely need expert advice. What kind of a problem is going? What kind of things are there in the house? Many things have to be checked. Don't watch YouTube videos just to do the Vastu on your own.
So thank you so much, Deepika ji, for your time and helping us to understand Vastu, how it can help us and make us get better choices. So viewers, if you like to reach out Deepika ji for further consultation, you can reach out to Om Holistic Healings at 732-979-2080. Next week, we will be coming back with another interesting topic on Vastu and Graha Sastra. This is Swarna signing off. You're watching Telugu Prajalamana Sakshi TV. Namaste.